Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Quentin from Developers as a Service. I just want to make this quick video about finding a technical co-founder. I've been having some really awesome conversations with angel investors, partners at VC firms, SaaS startup founders, and really all different kinds of entrepreneurs lately. And one thing that seems to be really recurring is, hey, I'm a non-technical founder, but I have a great vision for a startup. How do I find that technical co-founder, that CTO, to help me, take this vision to the next level and really make it a reality? A lot of the things that I said became very repetitive. And when that happens, I always want to make a quick little video. And this is just a quick little checklist for you to keep in mind whenever you're looking for a co-founder for your idea, especially if it's a technical co-founder. So first of all, let's look at what the problem is. So the problem is non-technical co-founders or founders usually have the vision. They are able to see what the final product is going to be. They're able to kind of envision really what the potential is for the solution that they have in their mind. They just don't have that technical know-how. And the engineers that do have that technical knowledge and that have that ability to help actually bring the technical side to life, they're usually already employed with a larger company that is able to provide a little bit more security. Because one thing among engineers, especially, is they value security, the job security. And so that's where you really can't compete with those bigger jobs or with those bigger companies. And quitting a secure, high-paying job to join a startup is sometimes seen as a risk, especially for really early stage startups that they don't have a lot of backing. Your first steps to overcome that problem, to make it so that you can stand out to a potential technical co-founder, the first step is to draw it out. So this may seem silly, may seem pretty obvious, but the first and most important thing you can do for your idea is to just draw it out. And trust me when I say it does not have to be a very pretty drawing. Here's an actual drawing that I did for one of my SaaS products not too long ago. I just drew it out on a whiteboard really quickly, took a picture of it with my phone, sent it through Slack, and a few weeks later, we were actually working with a design in Figma. So it doesn't have to be pretty. Just put something down. Use even iPhone editor to just kind of draw notes and annotations and stuff like that. Starting somewhere is better than nothing. The next step is get a Figma design. Now, you don't actually have to be a Figma designer yourself, but you can find people who are trained professionally in Figma. This is what they do. It's a very common thing in the freelance market, especially in the part-time labor market. There's a lot of people that are really good at it. This will give you a more realistic, tangible thing that you can share with potential partners, co-founders, and investors. So here's an example of a Figma drawing that we had done. And this is the actual demo that you can do with Figma to walk people through what the actual user experience is going to look like once the product is built. This was a video editing app that we had envisioned a while back, and we wanted to be able to show ultimately what it was going to look like. So the next thing to do really is to create a pitch deck. So a lot of people think, okay, well, that's for investors. Like, I'm not looking to pitch an investor here. I'm trying to find somebody who can even help me create this thing to begin with. You have to think about this technical co-founder as an investor, just not in a monetary sense. They're giving up their own security. They're giving up potentially another opportunity to work at a larger, company to help you bring this vision to life. And so you need to really come prepared with full pitch deck, especially if you ultimately are going to be looking for investors anyway. It's a very powerful tool to have in your toolkit. A few resources for pitch decks. You have Canva, which is what I'm using right now actually to present. You have SlideBeam, and then you have Beautiful.ai. And this is a little bit newer one, but it's very AI driven, and I think it's a pretty good product to mention here. So definitely work on putting together a pitch deck to answer some of the most common questions. And these are the most common questions you're going to be expected to answer. So be prepared. First, how do you plan to fund it? Are you self-funded? Do you have savings? Do you have access to a family member who's willing to extend you a line of credit? How do you plan to fund it? Do you plan to raise funds from a VC firm, from a pre-seed early stage VC fund? If so, that's where the pitch deck comes in. That's where a lot of the next part of who is going to pay for it and why. So not just the technical co-founder, but also the venture capital firms and angel investors that you may be pitching this idea to. They're going to be asking, who's going to pay for it? Who is your customer? Why are they going to pay for it? What's better about it than any solution out there on the market? What kind of special access to a network that you have that other people don't, that gives you an advantage to get beta users? All those kinds of things. And then, of course, what's the potential payoff? And be prepared to show your math. Be prepared to show, any research that's been done in that space, any kind of, competitors that are out there that are claiming a significant market share. Be prepared to back it up with some numbers and argue it against skepticism, because a lot of times people think that this is a very speculative thing. Just to give you an overall co-founder chain of events to finding your own technical co-founder is draw it out, get a Figma design put together. That's to show that you're serious about this and that you are willing to at least invest enough to get a Figma design put together. Build a pitch deck that shows that you're willing to invest your own time and you've done your research to know your numbers and know what the potential market share is, all that kind of stuff. Practice pitching it, pitch your vision. Don't just go in, and make a pitch deck and then never actually use it. Practice using it. Make an offer to anybody that you've networked with of what you think is gonna, like, why you think it's ultimately gonna pay off for them and why that offer is valuable. And then, there you go, get a co-founder. Now you're ready to launch your vision. So I hope this sheds some lights on, anybody who is not super technical. They don't have a lot of experience with using product development type of stuff. This is usually how it's going to go. Before you can even try to make an argument to really bring on a technical co-founder, they're going to want to see all of this kind of work already done. They're going to want to see all this research and all of this kind of actual investment on your part before they just kind of come in and make it happen. So I hope this helps. Let me know questions you have in the comments, and thanks for watching.